All of a sudden, the veil is pulled off and the world sees the vehicle I helped bring into reality. Soon I'm on the stage with the rest of the Doroni team. The audience is cheering and clapping. I'm wondering what to do with my hands in front of the crowd. I decided that joining in with the clapping seemed to be the best thing to do. Okay, let's backtrack a bit. For the last few years, Doroni Aerospace has been my biggest client. The company is a startup based in Miami that is developing a personal electric vertical takeoff and landing craft, an eVTOL, or what pop culture commonly labels as a flying car. I was first brought in to help them create a VR experience on the Quest 2. The hardware limitations of the Quest 2 didn't really cope with their vision of representing the whole Miami area in 3D, and I had to make a lot of concessions. Then I moved on to making marketing renders for the previous design, the H1P one. This was a blast to do and I learned a lot along the way. I even talked to Shmee150, a massive automotive YouTuber, about thumbnail design. But the H1P one was only ever meant to be a prototype, a proof of concept that did end up having a short but successful test flight. It proved the concept was solid, but now Doroni needed a product that would enter the market, excite the customers, and put the company firmly in place as a key player in this new, exciting industry. So the H1X was born. While myself and other artists were making renders and animations of the H1X, this design needed to exist in the real world. So a full-size prototype model was commissioned. Doroni leveraged my previous video game development experience to develop an in-cockpit app that would become the heart of the H1X. No more than that, this app would be part of the soul of the H1X. So all through 2025 and the start of 2026, myself and the rest of the software team beavered away on version 1 of the soul. I handled the graphics, my friend Miles handled the coding, my other friend Zara handled the interface between the app and the actual physical hardware, making sure the app could really turn lights on, adjust cockpit temperatures, keep an eye on the critical systems, all that good stuff. More importantly, Zara and a guy called Steve worked on the AI components and the autopilot that keeps the H1X in the air, navigating to the places the users want to go. We collaborated with a design house, Controlka, to nail down the design and aesthetics of the Soul. We use Unity as the engine for the Soul app. It was sometimes a challenge getting Controlka's beautiful designs working and running in real time. But like video game production, the hard limits of any system forces many creative solutions that would never exist if you had limitless options in the first place. So a date was set to show the world the H1X. All departments worked crazy hard to hit this fixed deadline. The Doroni workers based outside of Miami, like me in the UK, were called into the studio for one last heroic push. A few hours later, we were landing at Miami International Airport. It had been 20 years since I was last in North America, and about 24 years since I had passed through this very airport. It all looked different, of course. We were set up in our beautiful apartment that made us feel like rock stars, and even though the sun was setting at this point, we were eager to see the physical H1X. I don't have video of our reaction to walking into the room and seeing the real vehicle with our own eyes for the first time, but it was simply staggering. I'd spent the last year looking at the 3D model of the H1X on my 27-inch screen, so I'd only experienced it as something a few inches wide, maybe 18 inches wide at the most. The scale differential between seeing the digital 3D model and the real thing was, like I said earlier, simply staggering. Unless you are working in product design or architecture, being a 3D artist means never really grasping the true size of the objects you're working on. The H1X is designed to fit into a North American 2-car garage. So it's as wide as 2 normal cars. Anyway, back to reality. It was a few days before the unveiling event and nothing was truly complete yet. There were tweaks and bug fixes we had to do with the software. Same with the hardware. The event was being set up in the same workshop space Doroni occupied, so there was a lot of big, heavy and awkward things that needed moving and rearranging. There were also rehearsals for the live unveiling event that we all had to participate in. It was a manic few days, not going to lie. Every day spent there felt like 2 weeks because of all the novel experiences we were getting. It was also strange and normal at the same time to interact in person with people you have only had video calls with over the last couple of years. I'm still firmly in the camp that believes working from home is just as effective as being in an office, but I will concede that meeting your co-workers in the flesh and socialising with them outside of work definitely adds that extra bit of spice to work life. The day of the event comes around. There's nothing more to be done with the software, so the morning is spent getting sweaty carrying and cleaning large objects. The afternoon is spent rehearsing, and then we go back to the apartment to freshen up and put nicer clothes on. The event starts, and the fear that no one turns up is smashed almost immediately as the place is packed with investors, their family, press, and influencers. After Doroni's keynote speech is finished and we walk off the stage, everyone seems to descend on the H1X. The H1X has 2 doors like a sports car. Charles, the Doroni test pilot, stands at the right door, while I stand at the left door with Steve. 2 queues organically form and people want to sit in the cockpit and have their photos taken. Some of those people want to have a more in-depth look at the app we've made. They are navigating the touchscreen and starting the motors up and changing the colour of the LEDs. It's so cool to see people in front of you using and enjoying your software. Even when I was working in video games, you never really saw the final customer playing the games, especially before the age of streaming video games. The 3 or 4 hours the event takes feels like an hour has passed. Me and the rest of the team are buzzing. After the event, some of us go and get food at 1 AM at Miller's Ale House. The next morning, Doroni invites the team to breakfast at a place a few doors down from the workshop. We all say goodbye after our breakfast and we head to the airport, stopping off at a mall on the way to look for last-minute souvenirs. Before long, I was back in England and getting ready for the next stage in this journey to get flying cars into the 2-car garages of customers. This chapter in my career has definitely been one of the most interesting and unique. Let me know in the comments about your dream gig or your favourite client work. Okay, thanks for listening, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.